What's going on? Welcome to another edition of the RPO College Football Podcast. I'm your host, Jerome Jones. I got my man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ray Roberts. How you doing, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good, doing good. If you guys don't already know what today is, where you been? Because it is free agency right now and the NFL rounds. And I know it's a college football podcast, but free agency still affects us because we all have our favorite teams. You know, I'm an Eagles fan. Ray, obviously, is a Dolphins fan, as you see right there on his hat. So it's some exciting times. I think both of us are getting some good acquisitions. You know, Ray just got a big one, and we're gonna talk real briefly. Ray, how you feel about your team and Ramsey, real quick? Getting Ramsey.
I like Jalen Ram. I mean, I always worry about money, man, but that's just me.
Him and Xavier Howard, though.
Yeah, I like
They talk about Diggs and Gilmore and Dallas, which is I think is still a good tandem, but Ramsey and Xavier Howard.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for them Super Bowl wins that you get with good defensive back play, though. I haven't seen that in a while.
Hey, we'll see how it goes, man, because y'all guys are loaded at this. I feel like y'all loaded. I feel like y'all ready to make a run.
I hate winning championships in March, though, dude. I do.
I hear you. Definitely.
I'm a fan. I like the move, and it makes it easier to draft. I don't have to worry about getting a corner in the draft. And he renegotiated his contract, so it's a little more cap friendly for us. So
yeah, I'm hearing he wants to go in Miami.
The best thing about it, man, third round pick. Basically, when you look at it, we got him for Devontae Parker.
Yeah,
we traded the pick we got for Devontae Parker to get him. Which, when you look at it like that, it's like we did what to do what. So, I mean, I like it. It'll make my secondary a lot better, without a doubt. It's all about putting pressure on the quarterback, though, man. It is.
Yeah, I mean, y'all got Bradley Chubb that y'all traded for. You know, the young guy in Phillips. He's looking like he's gonna be a baller. So, man, I'm telling you, like, y'all better watch out for Miami, man. They look a team.
I think what you'll probably see, or what I'm assuming what Miami thinks is, they were Chubb and Phillips were both like a second away from getting like 8 more sacks apiece, or 4 or 5 more sacks apiece. And now maybe the quarterback has to hold that ball a second longer.
Definitely.
That's really all you're looking for, man. Like we always talk about, football is a game of inches. It absolutely is. Just that millisecond, man. You know,
Jalen Ramsey in Miami. Wow.
Yep,
that's crazy.
I think like I know they all should just sign Deshaun Elliott, a safety they got that was on the Lions last year.
Oh yeah,
he was actually drafted by Baltimore a few years ago. I like Elliott because he played with Brendan Phillips or Brandon Jones at Texas. And he's more of a free safety. I mean, I like the site. I like the see. That's an under the radar type of a signing that I really like. Players like that. So you know,
definitely, 100%. So like I said, today's free agency day. So I'll be my eyes might be wandering everywhere. And what's going on? Facebook user said Miami gonna make a run at Zeke powerhouse.
It's not going to happen.
I like it though, Ray.
Not going to happen.
I like it.
They already resigned all 4 of their running backs. It's not going to happen. I don't want Ezekiel Elliott, man. He's done. My man is glue. He's done.
I know an Eagles content creator wants Zeke on the Eagles. I don't know how I feel about that. Being an Eagles fan, watching him go to Dallas the whole time, he probably played really well behind our offensive line, though.
I think that you're right about that, and he is a one-cut type of a guy, which would fit your offense pretty well. And honestly, the Eagles may be like a team where, well, I can go to Philadelphia and stick it, where the sun don't shine in Dallas, So, so maybe something like that is in the works. He's going to get a job somewhere else, man. There's no question about it. He's been a talented running back. Some people would argue it hasn't been the same running back since he signed that big contract, but that's another conversation, for another podcast. Because I do like this. As you know, I love this time of year. No, I don't want Ezekiel Elliott, man. I don't want him. I mean, my running back situation is fine, and it's a deep draft for the running back. So
It is.
I need to save my money for like other positions besides running back. So
No, I agree, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't really want to get a veteran running back, even though we did get Rashad Penny, but he was very, very cheap. And I think he's a good fit, and he's one of those signings that you could still get a young running back. So, but the whole reason why we kind of talk about this is because free agency does have an impact on the draft.
correct.
So, it's a little bit why we're talking about this. I know we're a college football podcast and we do draft on the off season. So, free agency does have an impact on it. Ray, let's talk about some impacts so far that we're seeing. So obviously, the top 10 draft picks are, the main things that we want to kind of focus on right now. So, based on what you see on the free agency, what do you think some of the impact is right now?
I think that their teams are going to the Eagles are not going to be as deep this year as they were this past year. That's one thing I see for sure.
Yeah.
I think Miami's, I don't want to say they're all in for a championship, but they're putting together a nice roster of players. Jordan Porter going back to Buffalo kind of surprised me. Mm-hmm. Not that, and I at one time I thought maybe we'd go to Miami, but I'm surprised that he's going back to Buffalo because it seemed like he wasn't sure if he wanted to play there still. But he's on a good team. Of course, Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets is a big acquisition for them. Mm-hmm. I think that him going in there and making demands on players that the Jets should try to sign or try to get is a little over the line, but he's Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Like I keep telling people, he's just a weird guy, man. So you either got to deal with he's like the trophy wife. You got to deal with some of the stuff that comes along with it. That's all.
Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely agree with that. But yeah, for me, I think some moves that I've seen, like the Raiders picking up Jimmy G, it doesn't exclude them from getting a quarterback, but it keeps the gates open for them not to now. It allows them to like kind of play out and see how the draft falls before they get a draft. And before we go, I think would be a great PR wise for Philly, but he's the best fit for Carolina or Chicago. I like Chicago. I like Carolina, honestly. I think he can do well in Carolina, especially they're gonna have a young quarterback there. I think that'd be fine. I like that.
Montgomery kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
You know what we're gonna see, and what Zeke's gonna find out, that running back is just not the position, man. He may have to play on like a 1-year prove it type thing somewhere as he will go to do that. I don't know.
No, 100%. Yeah. Other moves, like the Washington Commanders, they're a team that loaded up on cornerbacks. I know a lot of people thought they would get corners. They got Cameron Dantzler, Danny Johnson, and they got another corner. Could have sworn they got another corner. Am I bugging? Man, I heard they got another corner or something. Something happened. I think they were supposed to get another corner. They might stay in the corner then. I mean, I don't know. And then obviously the big trade that happened with Chicago and Carolina, making Carolina go number one. Chicago gets a boatload of first-round picks, including DJ Moore. I don't know about you, Ray, but I thought that was a steal by the
great move.
Yeah. So I mean, that's gonna shake up the first round. What do you think is going to be the impact of that trade for the first round?
I think that, well, for one, of course, Carolina will get a quarterback, whatever quarterback they want. Mm-hmm. I love Chicago. They've loaded up on draft picks. They have their quarterback, man. I know there are a lot of people that are fighting me on this. I talk to guys like every day about. I like their quarterback, but I keep hearing, and even like I think we talked about this last week, where people were like, "Well, what do you hear? What do you think about Chicago maybe drafting C.J. Stroud?" I'm like, "It's just smoke, man. It's
Yeah.
smoke.
Yeah.
It's smoke. You gotta."
I felt like either way they would have got a bunch load of draft picks though. Either way, so like as bad as last year was for them, I think like at the end of it, it was going to be very beneficial for them because they would have the first overall pick and they had a quarterback in position. So that was that was a good scenario. It's like, hey, you want to still use the quarterback that we had, or do you want to go get another quarterback? And then trade the quarterback that we currently have for a draft pick. So it was in a great position in that aspect.
I don't like
I
that.
don't know, and I'm not.
I think if you draft another quarterback, you take away the value of the quarterback you have already.
I agree, but you still, if you're not 100% sold on him, you still get draft picks and load up a little bit. So
I don't understand what Justin Fields did last year to make people not believe in him. Don't get me wrong; he has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, though, right? It's just he got a lot of work to do, and he's year 3 now, going on year 4.
Bad offensive line, no real skill players around him.
I'm playing devil's advocate, right? I agree with you. I
don't understand. Like Justin Fields was the only reason to watch Chicago last year.
I agree. Definitely agree.
Just don't understand. Like again, we did this last week too. Look how people thought about Jalen Hurts going into the season this year. You could argue that the Bears quarterback is Justin Fields as athletic as he is, probably with a little bit of a stronger arm. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's Jalen Hurts yet. I'm not. I'm just saying I see similar traits that you can build on. That's basically what I'm saying.
Correct.
I mean, and you don't want to. To me, you don't want to get into a cycle drafting quarterbacks every other year. I just don't want to do that.
I agree with you, Ray. No, I agree. I'm just like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate.
I understand. I hear a lot of people, but I mean, I hear from people that just don't like Justin Fields because he's a Ohio State quarterback. I mean, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, again, he did nothing this year to make me think that he isn't going to be a good player. That's all.
Definitely. No, I agree. I do like what Carolina did getting Andy Dalton, even though they most likely going to get a quarterback in place. But it's only 2 years, $11 million. $8 million of it is guaranteed. But hey, that's a great deal for them.
It is. They're playing him like he's a backup, and that's pretty much what he's going to be for after the mid part of the season, probably.
Definitely. No, I agree.
Like Baker Mayfield signing with Tampa Bay, he's getting basically backup money to go in there and compete. Maybe one year prove that he is a good quarterback still, and then maybe they re-sign him, or maybe he re-signs somewhere else. I mean, Baker Mayfield's another one. I don't understand. Like, I never thought Baker Mayfield was going to be a great quarterback, but I think he's a good, solid quarterback.
Yeah.
And now people are acting like he's not any good. So,
Yeah, I agree with that, right? It's just he get the impact that the Bucks have on this draft. What they did in the offseason. They was already talking about having what's his name, Josh Rosen. That's what it is. They got Josh Rosen as a starter, which I'm not too high on, or not convinced. But then they bring in Baker Mayfield to challenge him. They can challenge each other. But at the same time, they still have, they're still a team that can possibly still get a quarterback if they really like somebody.
Who's happy? Probably the happiest team. Well, should be the happiest team about Carolina trading up to the number 1 spot. Should be the Arizona Cardinals, because now they're going to get Will Anderson with no problem.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Wow.
Yeah, and they still have options to trade out if they really wanted to too. I mean, I think it would be foolish to do that, but they could trade out, get more draft picks, still get a really good player, and
they could. I honestly thought that the Colts would be the team that may try to move up to the number 1 spot so they can get whoever they want. But I think that you're going to see them. I still think they may take a quarterback. I just hope they take the right quarterback. And I don't know who, honestly, right now. I will say this. I am a fan of Anthony Richardson's talent.
Mhm.
I am. I think he's a talented kid. I think he could turn out to be a really good quarterback. I just don't know. I haven't seen enough of that yet to say yay or nay. I will say this though:
He
whoever
got to
takes
be the right fit for me.
somebody takes Will Levis in the first round, especially in the top 10,
Mm-hmm.
that's a huge mistake, man. It's a huge mistake, dude.
I mean, it's gonna happen though. It's gonna happen.
No, it's going to happen. Honestly, I hope it's funny. Why would the Detroit Lions take a quarterback in the first round?
You said Detroit?
Yeah, why would they take a quarterback?
It depends on your trust level of what's his name? I mean, I think he's solid. I mean, they
Jared
lost.
Goff is a solid quarterback, man. Just went to the Super Bowl 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good year last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were. I think Detroit is going to be a good team in a couple years. I really do.
I agree.
I like what they've done.
I do
really
too.
do. I like how they're building their team.
Even their free agency moves this year. I mean, like they got 2 first-round picks. They just got David Montgomery on top of having Swift. They got they re-signed Bugs. They got Cameron Sutton as a DB, so now they don't have to go high on a DB if they don't want to. You know, like I said, I like you said, I like what they're doing. They got a young defense, you know, led by Hudson, who really came on at the end of the year. You know, 2 first-round picks. They can do literally whatever they want. I honestly think they're probably going to go pass rusher there, just to even load up on that. And get even crazier on that side of the field. And you know, they got the receivers. You know, Jimmy Wilson that got drafted last year is on them, and he looked fairly well considering, you know, he only played maybe like 3 games at the end of the year. The Detroit Lions look like a team, man, and like we said, even with like how the Eagles did, you know, if they don't see a player that they really want to, they could kick that first round pick, throw it down the line, and then see how Jared Goff does. If he don't play well this year, they can, you know, try it again next year. And get a quarterback.
If I were Detroit, I don't even know their needs, what their needs are. I know they need defense without a doubt.
Yeah.
They
probably need safeties right now, linebackers. I can see them getting.
I don't know what their defensive line looks like. To be honest with you, I haven't seen that, but
yeah, the defensive line is pretty good. I mean, they got Hutchinson, they got Bugs, they got the what's his name? The one of the 2 brothers that they had playing each other in Detroit. I forgot which one's good. I forgot their names. It's like every time you go online, I forget names. But you know, Angeloni as their defensive linebacker. I forgot who's their other D tackle too. They got some solid guys on that D line. It's not like, you know, it's not like they're terrible or, you know, it's a dire need to get somebody in there. They got solid guys, you know. I just think, hey, if they get another pass rusher though, you know, maybe
my question would be, would you take Jalen Carter or no?
Jalen Carter? Yeah. Honestly, if you fell to me, what are they, number 7?
They're 6.
6? It depends on the legal situations, and if I feel comfortable with it, and I don't think it's going to be a huge thing, which honestly I don't feel like it right now. I will pick him up at 6. Yeah. I mean, I know that he has pro day today. They were saying that he didn't do that well at the pro day, and you know, things happen. Might be a lot on his mind. You know, first time being able to, you know, be in front of everybody. Maybe he was nervous about, you know, the questions that he might be getting and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't want to take too much stock out of that, but I don't know. I just it really at this point I can see him going from 6 to like 20 something, just because based on the unknown right now, you know.
With what the Eagles said, what if you fell to 10? Would you take him there?
Depends who's there. If you talk about him and Gonzalez still there, because I'm really high on Gonzalez, as you know, Ray. I'm really high on Gonzalez. And Gonzalez being there. It really, really depends. I definitely wouldn't mind. We did just get Fletcher Cox back. So I wouldn't be huh?
You re-signed him, huh?
Yeah. Just re-signed him. He had 7 sacks last year, so as long as he's in some kind of rotation and he's not playing the entire defense like he was 2 years ago, I think he's good. I think he's still kind of fresh. He gets fresh when he's in a good rotation. He got 7 sacks this year, so he did something. So like I said, I'm not saying I wouldn't take him because it would be really nice to get him there, but it depends.
If you would have said to me when the season started that Fletcher Cox would be on the Eagles next year, but Hargraves wouldn't be, I would have been surprised by that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I agree, Ray. I thought Cox was out and we was gonna get Hargrave back. I really did too.
I mean, I don't know how much money did Hargrave get? Do you know that?
Hargrave? How much he got?
Yeah.
Ooh, his contract was crazy. Let me see real quick.
Was it really?
I'm a little upset that he went to 49ers out of that one team too.
Well, of course. That's probably your number one rival right now.
Yeah. 4 years, $84 million, 40 guaranteed.
Wow. It's more than what? Wow, that is a big contract. Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
Woo.
When I seen that, I was like, we had no chance.
I'm surprised the 49ers put that kind of money out. You know why though? They have young
$21 million a year.
They have young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Why?
And it's crazy because they just got what's his name too? Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I know.
It's just I thought that was a weird signing. They got Trey Lance. They got Trey Lance. They got what's his name? I know they're not sure if either of them is going to be ready for the season. So I think that's the biggest reason why they got.
That's probably. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I'm Sam Darnold, I'm happy about that. That's a nice system for you to get your feet underneath you. I mean, I'm surprised that somebody else, and I know that people are really down on Sam Darnold, and I understand why. I still think if you put the right coach behind him, he could be okay. I do.
Yeah. No, I agree.
There's enough talent there. It's like Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has enough talent where he should be at least a reliable backup somewhere.
I agree. Now, the question is if you're going to want to be a backup. That's the big question.
There's a lot of talk about him going to Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah.
Buffalo just signed somebody, though. Literally just.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Literally just signed somebody.
Quarterback?
Yeah. Last name Allen. Not Josh Allen. Somebody. They said they literally just made that joke. Hold on. Let me look at it.
The guy that backed up in Tampa, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. He's been on a couple teams too.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That's fine.
There it is. Kyle Allen. There you go, Kyle Allen. Yeah. So they just gotta back up. That just literally just happened as we was getting on. So
they're another team. They're a little strapped for cash, so they're trying to take.
Ooh, Carolina got Miles Sanders. I like that. I like that for them. Congrats on that, man.
That is good.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm keeping up. I'm keeping up. Yeah, as we on here right now. So if you guys want that exclusive, make sure you listen to us, man, because I'm keeping up what's going on as we talking. But yeah, man. So let's get right into some draft stuff. So as each week we're doing our top fives on each position. This week we'll be doing our offensive tackles, Ray. Top 5 in the draft. It's not the sexiest position, but it's definitely a very important position. Every team can use a top guy in their drafts. So Ray, let you start off. Who you got at number 5? Right there.
I have DeJuan Jones from Ohio State. Big, massive right tackle. 6'8", 350 pounds. A right tackle though. I mean, he has enough. He has enough upside where you could probably play him at left tackle in the right system. but I think he's going to be a nice road grading type tackle. So I would, if I were running the ball, I would definitely want him. But either way, I'd probably put him at right tackle because he doesn't play left tackle at Ohio State either. But he, again, is a big, agile athletic guy for his size and his mass. But that's my number 5. And I only have 1 5. I don't have a 5A and 5B.
Same here. Same here. My number 5 might surprise a little bit of people. Guy, impressed me at the Senior Bowl. That he did really well. I'm gonna put him in my top 5 because I think he got a lot of potential behind him. Matt Bergeron from Syracuse, right? Yeah, Syracuse. I think he's a solid guy. I mean, I don't think a lot of people know who he is because he did go to Syracuse. Really humble guy, nice kid, and really shown a lot at the Senior Bowl. One of the guys that they was buzzing about really there. 6'5", 322 pounds, big, massive guy, and really anchor. I think he might be a left. We'll see. I'm not really good at determining what sides, but I think he's a really good, solid guy, right? What do you think about him?
I think Matt Bergeron. I think it's a really good class for offensive tackles.
It really is.
There is a bunch of honestly, Jerome, I'm just going through my list right now. I have 15 to 17 tackles that will probably be drafted in this draft this year. And of course, offensive linemen are not the sexy pick, but they are to pick them to help you win games. So I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree, man. We'll definitely. I mean, they definitely anchor down your offense. A big reason why the Eagles and Jalen Hurts did so well because he has such good offensive line. So,
correct.
I will not be the type. If the Eagles get an offensive line in the first round, I can't be mad.
I never complain about drafting offensive linemen, dude.
I agree.
If I draft an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman every year, I'm good with that.
Definitely. All right, number 4. I'm gonna start with this one because you already kind of got him at number 5. I got Juwan Jones from Ohio State. I got him a little higher than you, which is actually surprising, being a Michigan fan. But I got him a little higher than you. I think Juwan Jones is really good. Seen him at the Senior Bowl, massive guy. I think he didn't practice the whole time when he was there, but really massive guy. I think he got solid punch, good feet on him. He's a guy, like you said, right tackle. Good guy right there, right? Who do you think? Who you got at number 4?
I have Anton Harrison from Oklahoma. Again, an explosive athlete. Really is good at moving defenders off their spot. I just really like his size, his athleticism. The only reason honestly, I could have flip-flopped this one and Juwan Jones. I could have very easily. I just seen Anton Harrison play left tackle a lot more, and I just think that's more like the more premium position. Everybody wants to play that blind side tackle. I think that's why I think Miami would like to sign an offensive lineman, but they're a little leery because tackles don't want to play right tackle. If you're a free agent tackle, you don't want to play right tackle because you think the money is on the other side of the line.
Right.
So I mean, I like Anton Harrison. I think he's a really good football player. Again, I think it's a really good draft for offensive linemen. It is, especially tackles.
No, definitely. And Harrison is definitely somebody that I was actually thinking about putting as a 5B. So I'm glad that you have him close to where I might have had him. All right, number 3, Ray, who you got?
Did you give me 4?
Yeah. I'll give you Juwan Jones.
All right, Juwan Jones. That's okay. Okay, I got you. I had Broderick.
I had to think about it myself.
No, I remember now. Yeah, I thought because you had him at 4 and I had him at 5. That's fine.
Yeah.
I had Broderick Jones at number 3. My next 2 guys, man, I've been flip flopping them back and forth on my page in my head for the last week. But I mean, I like Broderick Jones. I think he's a really good athlete. His power is good. He's got nice length to him. He's a little shorter at like 6'4", but he's got good length. I think that that will allow him to get to the second level and do a really good job at best, both basically pass protection and run blocking, to be honest with you.
Interesting. That's very interesting because the guy I got at 3 is also 6'4", but thinner, and that would be Peter Skronsky
from Northwestern.
Yes, really good. I like him a lot. But for the some reasons that you said about Broderick, it's some of the things I think about. Peter. 5'4", slightly shorter than your typical offensive line. Not crazy short, but a little bit shorter than your norms. But only coming in at 294, right? That's a little thin for me. I mean, I'm guessing you got him higher. Maybe you don't, but we think about his weight right there, right?
I think his weight is fine because he carries his weight well. I think he will easily, get good nutrition. He'll be 300 pounds before you know it.
Yeah.
And again, kind of like Broderick Jones, he's not the tallest guy, but he's very lanky, has good arm length, and really, I like Skoronsky. So I mean, actually, I have him at number 2, to be honest with
you. Yeah. I mean, go ahead, talk about him, Ray. You got him too. So
again, impressive athlete, great footwork, smart kid. Good instinctive football player, gets out to the second level really nicely. Northwestern is a running team.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's footwork is really important for that team and that player. Again, I could have had Skronsky and just like I told you, Harrison and Jones could have been 3, 4, 5. I could have easily put Skronsky at 2, Broderick Jones at 3, or Broderick Jones at 3 and Skronsky at 2. I like them both. Again, I know Miami would not have a shot at getting either one of these guys. I wish they did and could, but they don't. But, I mean, I really like both of these players. I like both players. The only reason I like Skronsky a little more is because I think his feet he's a little more quicker. His feet are a little quicker than Broderick Jones, at least what I've seen. So.
Yeah, and obviously my number 2 is Broderick Jones. I got him playing UGA. Obviously I see and hear about players a little bit more being in Atlanta. So, I mean, I think that kind of skews my opinion on them or what I hear about certain guys a little bit more. But I do like him a lot. He's a good anchor on the outside. Another shorter guy, but he's thicker. So I don't worry about his height as much. Would you like a taller guy? Yeah, sure. I mean, but I don't think it's the end all be all. As far as height, he's 6'4". It's not like he's 6 foot or 6'1". Then you'll be like, okay, what's going on? But 6'4", it's not horrible.
The thing is going to be when he goes because I haven't not seen any of the combine stuff. What is his arm length? Is it longer than 34 inches? If it is, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I could check while we're talking, but let's see if they have it on here. 34 and 3/4.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Both of them guys are. I mean, my first 3 guys are all going to be first-round picks.
Correct.
They'll be fine.
No, same here. All right, number 1, Ray. Who you got?
Yeah, Paris Johnson from Ohio State.
Same.
I mean, basically, if he were a little, his technique is great.
Yeah,
he's a good athlete. I don't know if he's as good an athlete as Skoronsky is as far as foot movement, but I think he has everything else. He's long, he's lanky, he's a good athlete. Played at Ohio State. He's been coached up well. I think he's a good football player. And I think that size 6'6", 315. That's everything you hit. You check all the boxes there. So I think Paris Johnson is the one offensive lineman who has a shot at being a top 10 pick.
Yeah. With that, man, we talked about arm length, 36 and 1/8.
Correct.
Long arms. Small hands, though, only 9.5. Smaller hands. They're not super small, but
that's fine. I don't even have long hair as a whole people.
Yeah, he's not catching the ball.
No, that's exactly right. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, he just blocking people, grabbing on their jerseys, stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's huge hands for that. But long arms, which is obviously the best because then you can push guys away from him like this.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I like Paris a lot. Hurts me a little bit saying as a Michigan fan, but he played really well, played very, very well for Ohio State, and should be the number one guy off the board. So,
Yeah.
all right, Ray, we're gonna get into our sleepers. Who you got as a sleeper OT?
I have Cody Mock from North Carolina State is my first guy. Again, 6'6", 302, great motor, good athlete. Pushes around defenders with ease. Of course, he's playing at a little bit of a smaller school, North Dakota State. But again, a guy who's going to be, I think he's moving up draft boards because he's tested out pretty well everywhere he's gone.
Yeah,
And he really did a really nice job at the Senior Bowl. So
he did. Yeah, Ray, I totally 100% agree. And when you say his name, I'm like, man, what? Why didn't I get him on my board? And I realized that a lot of analysts still have him as a guard. So I was just like, wait, what? So, a guy that can play both. I think he can play both. He did a little bit of tackle at the Senior Bowl. Hey, actually, he might have did all tackle at the Senior Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. Good guy. I like him. He got a cool little story behind him. If you haven't watched that on the combine, he's funny guy. To say the least. But yeah, I totally agree with you, Ray. My sleeper is gonna be a little bit Homer. I'm gonna say Ryan Hayes, simply because if you're a running team and you want somebody to go out there and maul somebody, he's your guy. He's your guy right there. Now, he struggle on pass protection a little bit. I mean, I don't think it's outrageously bad that he does it, but he's a big guy. Let me get his measurements real quick. Tall guy, 6'7", 307 pounds. We got to interview him at the Senior Bowl, and the only issue I have with him being 6'7", is he only got 32-inch hands. 32-inch arm length. It's a little shorter than you would want from a taller guy, but I think especially like I said, you're trying to go down the field, maul somebody. He could be your guy. Let me see. He didn't do his reps either, so he might play a little guard because he got shorter arms. But I do like him.
I'm a fan too, Jerome. I think that really because of the arm length, people will tend to either move him inside or maybe move him to right tackle.
Yeah,
that's a possibility. You do see right tackles that play with a little bit of shorter arms every once in a while.
Correct.
Again, and you want to play him in a running offense. That's the key there.
Correct.
For sure. So,
Definitely. All right, Ray, we're going to jump to our small school guys. Who you got right there?
I have one more sleeper. I have Jalen Duncan from Maryland, another 6'6", 320-pound kid. I'll go through it very, very quickly. Good upper body, great lower frame as far as strength. I think he'll definitely be a guy that makes an NFL roster. I'm just not sure. I have him as a third or fourth round grade. He may go a little lower than that because he plays at Maryland, but we'll see. But as far as my small school guys, I have John Ojukwa from Boise State. I only have one. I didn't really see. He's the one guy I got to see a little bit. I could always move Cody Malk to another one of my small school guys because he went to North Dakota State, but I like Malk more. Ojukwa is a nice prospect. I think he is a guy who you may see teams want to play him at guard.
Mm-hmm.
His movement skills are good, but you don't see him get out and as a great pass protector. He just is a good guy who's good at moving guys off the ball. So
I agree. All right, my small school guy is gonna be, and you might have to help me with this last name, Nick Saldiveri. I think I said that right. Sadaveri. I'm gonna say Sadaveri. Nick Dalry from Old Dominion, a tackle. He's very versatile. He had 30 starts being over there, fifth year senior at Old Dominion. I think he's a good guy. He got great size, being at 6'6", 318 pounds. Arms a little short, being at 33 inches and 1/4, but as big as he is, running a 5'2", sorry, and 24 reps. I'm very I'm secure with him being a guy that maybe you can kind of develop a little bit, get him going and see how he does. So, Ray, what do you think about that?
I like him. He's a nice prospect. Again,
Yeah,
the guy who may want to move inside and play some guard.
correct. And he's versatile. So you can do that with him if you really need to.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. So
I mean,
that's
sometimes
gonna
it's
do
not.
it off of,
I mean, a lot of teams, Jerome, even in college, they'll recruit tackles and then they move them where they want them to play.
Yeah, 100%.
You draft a tackle with the idea that if he has a little bit shorter arm length, or maybe he's not the strongest guy right now, and then you move him inside and let him play guard for you. Just let him get his feet wet. It's all about what kind of athlete, what kind of prospect he is more than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll find if he's a good enough athlete, we'll find a spot for him.
100%. Yeah, I agree. Because with the guards and interior guys, you like to pull those guys a lot in your running game. So definitely interesting to see how that goes. So that's gonna do it for us with the small school offensive lineman. Next week we will be doing interior, which means guards and centers. But before we get off, you know how we end it with our Rays rants. Ray, take it.
I don't know if I technically call this a rant or just a piece of what I think about. You sent me a text yesterday about the Baltimore quarterback, about him not signing a contract where he was guaranteed $133 million.
Yes.
I don't understand why you don't sign that contract, but again, that's just me. Lamar Jackson is a talented football player. I'm not bad-mouthing him. I just think that, honestly, you should have hired an agent, and probably all this stuff would have taken care of itself by now. The other thing is this. I get annoyed because I get into debates with people all the time about how much I would pay quarterbacks and how much I would pay players. And you know what, honestly, Jerome, a lot of times they're more right than I am, because I never thought Daniel Jones was going to get the kind of money he got. I wouldn't have given him that money.
That was a lot.
I would have told him to walk.
Yeah.
I know people are, well, you can't do that. He improved last year. Yeah, he did. He didn't improve $40 million worth, though. Yeah, correct. So, honestly, if I were in charge of how negotiations go, I would say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. Everybody has to make less than him.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't even debate that he's the best quarterback in the league anymore.
Yeah, no, he got two-time Super Bowl winner, man. I mean,
I play with a dislocated ankle.
Yeah, you bring up bad memories, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying. To me, you look at the league right now. Mahomes. I like Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. I know people have their doubts about him, and sometimes his footwork is a little sloppy still, and it bothers me too. I'm not going to lie about it.
Yeah.
But I think part of that is him trying to be Superman. He's pulling a little bit of a Carson Wentz on me here, where he thinks he has to do everything. The Buffalo Bills need to get that out of his brain. And then, honestly, who's the next?
Especially in the running game. But go ahead.
You have these handful of quarterbacks that are head and shoulders above everybody else. Why do these guys like Daniel Jones need to be paid the same as them? That's craziness to me. I don't like. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think
the market,
the market. In my market, I buy the best, and everything else is worth less than that. Okay,
I agree.
I don't even know what Patrick Mahomes is making. I don't even know. I think is it 40 million a year? Is it 45 million a year?
Something like that. He had a half a billion dollar contract for 10 years. So
I mean, like, I mean, I just don't. And honestly, this is what bothers me about the way the money is just getting thrown away. Oh man, it's a short career. I have no problem with guys making the most money they can. Everybody should go to work trying to make the most money you can. I don't care what your profession is, but
definitely.
in any walk of life, you need to be. There needs to be the top end, and then everybody else should fall into that. But like giving these guys just throwing more money at them after just because the last guy that just got signed got this, so the next guy has to get that. That's not how I would do business. But that again, that's just me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree with you, Ray. Real quick, if you didn't just see my face, I see the little update on the Miles Sanders deal. It's going to be a 4-year deal.
For how much?
So they didn't put out the numbers yet. I'm still waiting on that. But 4 years for a running back, that's very interesting. I didn't expect 4 years. So see how much it is.
4 years is probably because it's mostly front loaded money.
Yeah,
and he's going to get a nice signing bonus. And
I feel like he fits well with the
you know,
Carolina. Though.
he's going to fit well with their offense, and we know Miles Sanders, when healthy, is a very talented running back.
Yeah.
Again, 4 years from now, he's not going to be the same running back he is right now for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you sign into a 4-year contract so you can prorate all the signing bonus.
Definitely.
That's a good thing about the NFL. Like, there's another thing. Maybe I can get into this. Stop giving out guaranteed money. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I know some people are, well, you sound like a communist. No, I'm not a communist, man. This is the way the NFL has run its business for 100 years. And it's the reason why it's the most watched, the most publicized. You mention the NFL and money signs just light up from everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't have no money guaranteed. They should.
Yeah.
Guaranteed the whole contract. What is their incentive? Not everybody wants to be the great. Not everybody wants to be Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Some people just want to make money.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, when you do that, like, we play in such a violent game that you cannot guarantee something. Like, in the instance, like, for instance, RG3, after his rookie season, everybody thought he was going to be the next great quarterback for the next 10 years. One little injury completely derailed his career.
Well,
so you never know.
The fact of that, the head coach apparently didn't like him that much.
Yeah.
I just don't.
That's it.
I mean,
but like, even if that does happen, like, dude, like, come on, he can go to a different team and still survive. So it mainly the injury.
He looked like he was going to be a star after his first year.
Oh yeah,
and he was never the same.
Exactly, I agree. So
shame, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
You had no rant this week, Jerome?
No rant this week. I'm still holding out my rant to see how it goes for next week. I like a little bit of what the Eagles are doing, so I'm not gonna rant this week. But I'm very nervous a little bit. Actually no, because it's my main thing. Obviously, a lot of what my feelings toward the Eagles is really predicated on if we're gonna get C.J. Gardner-Johnson or not. But at the same time, I mean, let's say they don't re-sign him, but they go out and get another good safety, and I think there might be a few still out there. I probably won't be as mad, but CJ just fit this defense so well, and I know we got a new defensive coordinator, so things are going to change a little bit, but like, he's such a versatile guy who plays not only safety, but he plays slot, plays against some of the tight ends. And let's be real, he was literally our best defensive player during the Super Bowl. So, like,
against the run and the pass, basically.
Say that again, Ray?
Against the run and the pass, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, he played very, very well in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And, I guess that's another reason why he wants to drive his numbers up. He, led the league in interceptions. So, yeah, of course, that's going to drive his number up. But, I think you need to be in the right position sometimes. So,
Well, I guess I just finish off with this. Adding Jalen Ramsey, adding the other pieces that I re-signed my whole backfield. I would argue that I would like a little bit of a spicier running back combination.
mm-hmm.
I would still like them to try to draft somebody, maybe somebody, because they just brought back all 4 stars, which was fine.
Yeah.
But we didn't run the ball particularly well all the time last year.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't really done a lot to our offensive line. So making our defense is going to help us out without a doubt. But I still think that we need to improve our offense a little bit. But I'll be honest with you, man, I'm pretty excited. I mean, I'm excited by what they've done. I'm excited by what the league looks like. I mean, I just think and I know people are going to think this is crazy. I wanted Aaron Rodgers to go to the Jets. I wanted him to go to the Jets.
Don't let that bite you in the ass, Ray.
I can't. What's that?
Don't let that bite you in the ass.
I can't wait till midseason when he starts telling the New York media to relax. It's going to be great. Relax. Just relax. I can't wait.
So that's going to do it for us today, guys. Thank y'all so much for checking us in. Thanks for the Facebook user for being here. I believe that was right. So appreciate every last one of you guys. Make sure you check us out on all our social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and especially our YouTube channel, which we are live now. And a lot of our great content is on there. So if you look right under Ray, right over there, if you can hit that QR code. Yep, right there, Ray. There you go. Please go and like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. It does help and support us. And you can put any questions that you may have about the draft, about anything. Hit it in our chat room, and we will answer. We answer all questions or all comments on our YouTube channel. I know everybody can't watch it live, which is fine. Watch on the replay and get back at us right over there. So, guys, thank y'all so much for checking us out. I'm Jerome Jones. That is Ray Roberts. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have a great one. Enjoy your free agency, man, because the draft is right around the corner, baby. Can't wait. See you guys later. Peace.